The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, and verse 33. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. The daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall the bridegrooms be destroyed, and the husbands shall perish of famine. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 30. The mighty men, the U.S. military of Babylon, have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes. Their might has failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. One post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end, and that the passages are stopped in the reeds. They have burned with fire, and the men of war are affrighted. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem HaShah, Bahara Kakadash, the honors of the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect that seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. And scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen, but there's 144,000. Preachers, teachers, and prophets. Shalom. Now, men are dying in this war of the United States military. We did a video the other day through the Spirit of Power Yahweh Shema Shai, titled All News, All Prophecies. All news, all bad, all prophecies. And over 600 are wounded. But their definition of wounded is just people being hurt. But wounded can also mean death. Esau plays with the numbers is what I'm saying. He can say 600 is wounded, but it could be 100, 200, 300, 400 that's actually dead. All right? A lot of men and women are down over there. All right? Now, as this war continues to escalate, many more men and women in the United States military are going to die, as we read. Right? They're going to die. Y'all know I got a video. Which I asked this question, right? Which you already know the answer. I typed in, why would the U.S. need to draft citizens for war? The United States would need a military draft during a major national emergency or large-scale conventional war if the active duty military reserves cannot attract enough volunteers to meet urgent personnel demands. They're already short, remember? People not signing up, the morale is down, been down for the past 3-4 years. Right? They're shifting a lot of men and women to the Levant, to Saudi Arabia, that region, for war. A lot of them are dying. The morale is down. Hey, don't forget they're spreading out troops in the United States due to attacks and ICE grabbing up Israelites. Don't forget, more things are coming that's going to cause catastrophic events. Don't forget, they've already said that an attack is coming that's going to be worse than 9/11. So hold on. That means that with these soldiers dying in war, they're going to have to send more soldiers back to the Middle East. West Asia. They stretched out thin over here in America. Where these extra bodies are going to come from? Because we read in the prophecies, that's what's going to happen. The men going to die in the war, and the soldiers that are here, or that's alive, are going to be affrighted, meaning terrified. Jeremiah 51:30 says what? The mighty men often have forborne to fight. They ain't trying to fight. Right? It says major reasons for a draft. Massive personnel shortfalls. High intensity conflicts against major global adversaries require millions of active soldiers. Millions. Millions. How many active soldiers does the U.S. have? I think it's like approximately 300, 400,000, something like that. How many active soldiers does the U.S. have? I said gave. Have. Okay, let's see. It says the U.S. military has approximately 1.35 million active duty service members, with about 458,000 serving specifically in the Army. Oh, okay. The Wadi Habashimam Shapa correct. It says active duty personnel by branch: Army 458,100 active duty soldiers, Navy 347,700 active duty personnel, Air Force 320,000 active duty personnel, Marine Corps 169,900 active duty personnel, Coast Guard 42,600 active duty personnel, Space Force 10,200 active duty personnel. Additional force components: Reserve and National Guard 771,200 personnel. Total force size over 2.12 million active and reserve members combined. So wait a minute. So in order for it to be a draft, it says what? Again, massive personnel shortfalls, high intensity conflicts against major global adversaries require millions of active soldiers that a volunteer force cannot supply fast enough. So that number is going to get cut drastically, man. Approximately 2.2 million people, approximately 2.12 million soldiers, active and reserve, are going to be drastically cut due to what? Death. All right, they've been slaughtered back east, man. As this war continues to intensify back east, and the big dogs and the major players get involved, what you think will happen? Like really, like what you think will happen? Iran got missile systems that the United States can't even stop. And the United States is low on munitions, man. They had the 1-2 day pause. Hey, now the reports coming out that they're not hitting all of the Iranian missiles. They're only hitting some of them. You know why? Because they don't have enough missiles to stop Iran's attacks. So they're trying to pick and choose. We got 2 videos we're going to play. It says, hey, this place is finished. And as we read in Jeremiah, this place is going to be destroyed. Let's get it. Again, Jeremiah 51 and 33. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shema Shah, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. And the harvest is the end of the world. And the end of the world is the end of an age, the end of Esau, even so-called white man's empire, man. All right? Major reasons for a draft: high attrition rates. Heavy casualties in a prolonged conventional war would rapidly deplete existing military ranks, forcing the government to find fresh replacements. Specialized skill demands. Hey, that's where a lot of you women gonna come in at. I truly believe they're gonna draft a lot of you women for medical personnel, or whatever the case may be. Also, hey, they might put you on the front line. They need to put all black women out there. Majority. When I said, I'm talking about 2/3. 2/3 of black women. Put their asses out. Put every goddamn one of them out there. The 2/3 the wicked. It ain't gonna happen. They may send some. But It says, high attrition rates, heavy casualties in a prolonged conventional war will rapidly deplete existing military ranks, forcing the government to find fresh replacements. Specialized skill demands. Rapid mobilization of technical or critical support roles might outpace current enlistment numbers, requiring an organized national call-up. I want to take back what I said, man. I said put 2/3 of the black women out there. Hell no, put 2/3 of the Israelite women out there. Northern Kingdom women, y'all ass are just as wicked too. The 2/3 of you, meaning those that's proud, high-minded, haughty, rebellious, want to follow the ways of America, don't want to take heed to Yahweh Shema Shai, don't want to respect the men, your man, or men, period. Most importantly, the men of Yahweh Shema Shai. Edomite women too. Get their asses too. Because the American woman is trash. Not all of you, the majority. And you know, we only care about the elect women of Israel. So you see, these are the major reasons for a draft. And as we read in the scriptures and the prophecies, that men are going to die in the war, man. They're gonna need bodies. Raheem gone. Shaquan gone. LeBron gone. Kwame gone. Larry gone. Leroy gone. Rico gone. Sean gone. Hector gone. You see? Marco gone. Jose gone. Keisha might go. Maria might go. You see? But that draft coming. I got 2 videos, man. Let's get this right here. You got right here. I'm gonna play the first 6 minutes of Scott Ritter. Where's Danny? I can never pronounce this man's name. So, Danny Hampong, YT. The title of the video, I'm gonna play like the first 6 minutes or 20 seconds. And it reads, Scott Ritter, 9,000 Iranian missiles crush U.S. Army. Europe enters war as Trump panics.
Welcome back to the show. As you can see, Scott Ritter is here to help me break down the latest developments. We start with Iran. A new report from NBC News suggests that 9,000 Iranian missiles and drones were used since February 28th in the multiple rounds of war. The U.S. military has said that they had to let some of these missiles and drones come through, they say, in order to preserve Patriot air defenses. Now, despite U.S. attacks having ceased for now, there is another front opening up Europe's way against Iran. Ukraine struck Iranian vessels in the Caspian Sea, killing an Iranian sailor. Now there are reports that Iran could retaliate against Ukraine in some shape or form in the next 24 to 48 hours, with Ukraine monitoring groups on Telegram and elsewhere panicking about the possible response. Now, Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with Donald Trump today at the White House, not simultaneously, but on the same day, to discuss developments, and many believe to discuss escalation. But there are many concerns about what's happening economically right now, as a major refinery of Aramco in Jazan shuts down in Saudi Arabia because of Yemen's counter siege against Saudi-U.S. aggression. So, Scott, these are the latest developments. What's your reaction in particular to where we are at now? The United States, Donald Trump is saying that he could restart war at any time with Iran, but report after report have come out talking about how this ultimately is not recommended given the current state of the United States. CENTCOM Your thoughts on the situation right now?
Well, one would imagine that if Donald Trump could restart the war, he would only do so if he believed he could win. And if he believes he could win, then why isn't he waging the war right now? I mean, what was the purpose of the past few weeks? The bottom line is the United States stopped striking Iran because we were losing, because we couldn't win, because we don't have a strategy to go forward. And if we continue to go forward, the escalation ladder would lead to permanent harm to energy production facilities in the region, would continue to create devastation for American military forces and installations in the region that Donald Trump was losing. He had no other option. He had no other choice. So he stopped the attacks, and Iran responded by stopping its missile attacks. That's where we're at. The United States has lost this war. It's just up to Donald Trump to recognize its defeat and figure out how to, find an off ramp from where he currently is. But if he could bomb Iran into submission, he would be bombing Iran into submission. And so the fact that he is saying things but isn't acting on them is proof positive that he's in a very difficult political situation. He has to maintain the facade of being in control when the situation is totally out of control.
What do you make of the report of, 9,000 projectiles? That's what the U.S. officials are saying Iran has fired thus far. The United States claims, of course, especially during the beginning of the war, to have hit tens of thousands of targets. But what did you make of the last 13 days and the difference between the damage and the strikes, the precision, and all of this when it comes to why the United States is no longer firing?
First of all, we need to understand that the last 13 days, produced nothing except further defeat for the United States. Iran hasn't been hurt by any of the actions taken by the United States. We're blowing up empty buildings. We're blowing up infrastructure that can be rapidly reconstituted. The United States intelligence community has recognized how quickly Iran can get bridges rebuilt, infrastructure rebuilt. Every building we're striking, I was struck by the fact that the United States was bombing the Parchin missile factory. I'm like, why? Wasn't it destroyed the first time, the first 39 days? And if it wasn't destroyed, why not? But more importantly, do you honestly think that the Iranians kept anything of value in this facility? Don't we understand that every high-value piece of equipment has long since been evacuated and put into underground facilities, and we're just blowing up, reinforced concrete? And the Iranians will come in and they will sweep away the debris and recast it, and once the war's over, bring the high-value equipment back out, reinstall it, and get back to business instantaneously. We're doing no harm to Iran. We're killing thousands of people, tens of thousands of people. And that is, of course, harmful. It's criminal. But, our strategic objective was to collapse the Iranian regime. It's stronger today than it has ever been. Our strategic objectives was to, terminate Iran's ballistic missile capacity. It's all gone underground. They're not only firing missiles that, we claim to have destroyed, but they're building new missiles. So they're getting stronger even as they're firing missiles. Something that, we should reflect on as the reality of our ammunition depletion hits home. We're running out of long-range strike weapons. We've run out of the interceptors needed to protect. You talked about an article where they have to let projectiles through. You're in trouble when you have to preserve the Patriot missile interceptors to protect the Patriot missile launchers, and everything else gets destroyed. Why are we there? Someday the history of this conflict will be written, and nothing about it is going to reflect well on the United States, whether the military or the political leadership. Iran is 100% in control. You mentioned Saudi Arabia. This is the reality.
Like I said, this is the reality. He said someday it'll be recorded. Of course, we just read in the scriptures. It's already recorded. The end of Babylon. All right? The destruction of Babylon. All right? And it's going to be by way of Russia, Iran, the African nations, the Muslim nations, Turkey, their allies, you know, and even members of NATO. Remember, they hate the whore, and they're gonna destroy her, burn her with fire, make her desolate. So it's already written. You see? Now let's get this video real quick. As a matter of fact, you got, man, let me see if I can pull it up. Maybe Kim Iverson just post it. Check this out.
Find a great rental car deal with Kaya.
It says, this is Kim Iverson, right? It says, Israel killed 34 American sailors, and it was covered up. So wait a minute, y'all allies. Why is the fitted hats killing U.S. sailors? But it was covered up. And remember, we did a video about a month ago or so. Through the Spitting Fire, how about Shimon Shah, you know, information came out. How that two-pay two-tone and BB was in cahoots, right, concerning a killing U.S. soldiers and try to make it seem like Iran was doing it. In other words, the conversation came out that they was willing to sacrifice U.S. soldiers, man, so they could keep war going on with Iran. You see? Yemen and the Saudis going at it. Where is it?
Yemen was very smart.
It says Saeed Marandi. It says Yemen surprise strike killed 43 Saudi soldiers, 300 injured as hell breaks loose. So you see, man, this war just continue to escalate, man. That's good. All praise to Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Whatever Kakudash. You know? So, hey, going back to the topic at hand, this right here is about Taji reacts. American troops now refuse deployment to Iran while many are quitting as Trump feels defeated. So I'm gonna play the first 3 minutes and 20 seconds of this. You talking about it's not gonna be a draft, you ain't going? Okay. If you say so.
I'm going to be honest, I can't go to Iran. I can't.
Remember, you were always told these things way before they happen, man. We don't seem so crazy not do it. But guess what? Yahweh Shema Shah sent his service of prophets. Yahweh Shema Shah put his words in the prophets' mouths. So these are the words of Yahweh Shema Shah. The Heavenly Father, that Yahweh and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah, they don't seem fake now, do they? They not the true gods. Their doctrine not real, is it? Okay. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
I'm going to be honest, I can't go to Iran. I can't deploy to Iran.
Somebody in the White House needs to take front and sit the fuck down. Life already hard, and we got to worry about this bullshit. Ever since you step foot in the White House, you ain't did nothing but cause my chaos. I'm not getting out there fighting no motherfucker. I'm on Iran's side. I'm on their side. Fuck the U.S. I don't give a damn.
So that feminine ass engine, send his ass. Looking like an African blue Power Ranger. Crazy, man, all that effeminate energy, man. You know, that's another thing, too. Jake like to hit record and act stupid, man. You know? Your ass gone.
Today is my rest day.
And as you see, she says her son is U.S. Army. He is on deployment in the Middle East. I am not okay. He is okay, but I am not. 4.6 miles done. See, hey, your family members gonna die, man. The mighty men, the mighty men in war gonna die. All of them. Why she crying? Because this war doesn't look like it's gonna end. And as we read in the prophecies, this is gonna be the last war. World War III. Your sons and daughters ain't coming back. Your moms and dads not coming back. Once this thing fully get to the point where it's World War III. Well, it's already World War III at the beginning, but full-fledged World War III, and the big dogs get in and the nuclear missiles get shot, it's over. So these people already see the end. They can feel it. It's in their spirit. It's in their bones. They can feel the end. And what are people who lost their loved ones that America's not reporting on, man? See, these people probably don't even know. They're in the loop. You see? They might have got a hold to the family members, paid them some money, tell them don't make mention of it. They know what they signed up for. Ain't no telling what they got going on in the background. But that's all we can see. Hey, there's a woman right here crying. As we read in 2 Esdras 16, 33 and 34? Shit, okay. The Bible not real. It's fake.
After my slow 10 miles yesterday, but the only thing I can do is get outside, find some fresh air, and pray for peace.
Wow, we are now learning that Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth covered up Iranian strikes against Americans in the Middle East and covered up their injuries and never talked about them publicly. According to the New York Times, in the week leading up to the Iranian attack on Friday that killed 2 U.S. soldiers and left 1 service member missing in Jordan, Iran carried out 3 other strikes against U.S. forces in the country. Those attacks injured dozens of U.S. service members and damaged several helicopters, according to U.S. officials who spoke anonymously. But the Pentagon did not disclose the earlier strikes nor the casualties and the damage they inflicted. They are legitimately covering up information about this war so Donald Trump doesn't become even more unpopular than he already is. They are hiding casualty numbers and hiding the amount of strikes that Iran has launched against the United States. It's disgusting.
Sorry for the commotion.
It's launched against the United States. It's disgusting.
Would you go to war for America or do some time in prison?
Lock me up, throw away the key, burn it, melt it, throw me under the jail. I don't care. I'm not fighting for this country. I'm allergic to bullets.
The House just passed a bill that automatically registers men ages 18 to 25 into the military draft.
How long is the prison time?
It's a maximum of 5 years, but you're definitely getting fed time.
I'm gonna take the prison.
Why you say that? You don't want to fight for your country?
My country barely likes me like that, for real.
How old are you?
18.
You know what that means, right?
No, I don't. I'm not fighting in no war. Chilling there with R. Kelly, probably ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fighting. I wonder how many other people gonna be in there. You feel me? How many other people that's not gonna be fighting in this war? Because it won't be me.
Hello guys, welcome once again to the channel.
It might be you. But hey, you see the scripture we brought out is lining up, man. Alright? This word is faithful and true. The words of Yahweh Shemashah are faithful and true. And those of us who got family members in the military and the service, I got family members in the service. They were warned, man. Of course, you can't just get out, but hey, they were warned. They heard of the Hebrew Israelites, man. Regardless if we were able to tell them personally, or we told them, and they got a year or 2 left, whatever the case may be, they were warned. Hey, to go on and join this system, knowing what it did to you, knowing what it did to your brothers and sisters, meaning us Native American Indians, and you fighting for the same, man, you shit. Yes, and I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you, man. You got to go. Period. Straight up. So I say that to say, brothers and sisters, man, hey, you got family members in the service, hey, you probably love them, man. They're probably good people. Shit, hey, it is what it is, man. And hey, a lot of people dying, a lot more people gonna die. And remember, they got to have millions to fight these wars. All right, A lot of people gonna die as we read in the prophecies. So that draft coming, man. All right, that draft is coming. They might try to draft some of us. But how about Shema Shah gonna protect us? Hell, some of us might get drafted. Those who are able, might get drafted. Because, they didn't bump the number up to, I think, like 40, 42 as far as re-enlistment. So you already know they probably gonna jack up the draft age. So some of us might get drafted. But don't worry about it. How about Shema Shah gonna get us out of it? How about Shema Shah can cause us so, hey, hell, we go over there and get on one of them damn planes, the plane crash, but how about Shema Shah save us and we on the island somewhere chilling? Hey, how about Shema Shah did with Paul on the ship, man. I think it's Acts 28 chapter. Joint shipwreck. Then he landed upon the barbarians who were Israelites. He preached the gospel to them. Shit, how about Shema Shah got ways of doing everything? You might get drafted. How about Shema Shah send the angels to come pick you up while everybody's asleep and take you right back home or whatever. You might, get drafted and you be like, yo, I ain't going. You go AWOL, you got to do 5 years, minimum 5, maximum 5 years. Should you be up in prison? Shoot. Chilling. Hey, how about Shema Shah send the angels to get you up out of there? So, it ain't for us to worry about this stuff, man. Just remember the accounts, man. Everything that was written before time was written for our learning, man, so we can have hope and faith for the scriptures. All this stuff is true, man. These prophecies are happening. So, hey, it's going to happen again. I just want to hit this real quick through the spin of Yahweh Shema Shah. Stay perfect in the name of Yahweh Shema Shah.